97.9 The Cat, the motherfucking #1 radio station.
Yeah, but he murdered his family. Yeah, well, you know, things happen. Like I said,
he was never understood growing up.
Yeah, he wasn't a perfect man.
We all make mistakes.
Like, murder's not a mistake. How do you know that? You weren't there. But then I got through it, and here I am drinking a Monster, talking to you fuckers.
Love it. The podcast that I decided to go on now sells pee-pee poop shirts. My parents are gonna be so proud.
Kanye is fucking wild, dude. He would know. He's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Do you remember that clip? You ever seen it? George Bush hates black people.
No, I haven't seen that one.
So it was like a long time ago. They were doing it wasn't an award show or something. It was him and what's that guy's name? Myers that does Shrek.
Michael Myers? No. Oh, Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Well, they were doing a segment and they went to Kanye, and Kanye was like, George Bush hates black people, and this is live on air.
Oh.
I don't remember that.
This was like during Katrina, right? 2006.
Maybe, I don't remember. I'll find a clip after we're done talking here. I'll show it to you. But it was hilarious. It was live, and so they had to like cut. And Mike Myers was like, "Oh, what the fuck do I do?" No. They weren't having fun.
That one does not sound like fun to me.
But what's funny is that like older cartoon people say that phrase. They say fun. Like it's not.
Fun.
They say it's like fun. They're like, let's have some fun.
I just saw you kids across the street having a good time. You guys were having so much fun.
Oh God.
Sorry, John. As a white person,
Sorry, John, strap in because we got another voice coming locked and loaded for you.
Start talking about that. Man, I was at John's house the other day. His parents were the nicest of people, man. They were so nice. Hospitality was so good. I had a fun time. I had a blast.
John's gonna go to the military and be like, guys, this is gonna be fun.
They're gonna look at John and be like, son, this ain't fun.
Hate to break it to you, but this is not gonna be fun.
This ain't gonna be no Mickey Mouse shit, boy.
They're gonna call you son. Hey
Sean.
there, son.
Sean.
I started laughing. They were yelling at me like, sir, you need to calm down. You have a heart attack.
I wonder
Have you
what
seen
they're yelling
those
at you.
shirts that say, don't bully me, I'll come?
No.
I want to wear something like that. Someone's like
Nice.
yelling at me. Like, more.
Don't bully me, I'll come.
I just want to wear shirts with the most random phrases on it. Make no sense. wear a shirt that says, my dad grabbed my pee-pee. Right?
Okay. Nice.
That was like
Maybe go with a different one.
Yeah.
Maybe go a different route, I would say.
Like what, man? Pee-pee is French for my hand.
Maybe just do a different. I would go with.
They're like, what the fuck? This have a shirt that says pee-pee poo-poo on it.
That one instead.
Yeah, that's a better one.
That one instead,
That's
I would
a good
think.
one right there.
What, pee-pee poo-poo?
Yeah. It's a good
That's all
one.
it says. Pee-pee poo-poo. That shirt ain't fun. That shirt is gross.
Love it. The podcast that I decided to go on now sells pee-pee poop shirts. My parents are gonna be so proud.
What are you doing? You live making pee-pee poo-poo shirts? Like it'll have the logo on the back, but on the front it'll say pee-pee poo-poo.
Hell yeah.
I
All
didn't
these
sign
merch
off on
ideas,
any
like-
of this shit.
All these merch ideas, put them all together on a website.
There's like different things. I would love to contact like an artist or something and have like cool like cartoon figures of our face.
On
Draw-
Oh
shirts.
my god, I know an artist.
Custom made
Bro.
shirts like that. Yeah.
Maybe I would have to ask him.
You better ask him now.
But
Like
for free too. We're not paying shit.
you'll get your name. We'll say your name on the podcast. Is about as far as we'll go.
It's like we want what we
He's
want. we'll give you
commented on
what
the
you want.
podcast.
Huh?
He's commented on our episode.
Oh, invite him for an episode. And be
For
like, you got to make
Yeah.
his shirts now.
I
Oh,
can
there's that
ask.
one guy, right? That
He does
yeah.
animation.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
East. I don't know.
Huh?
Who's this guy?
I don't know, man. He left a comment one time. He's like, "I love the episode." It's like, dude, thank you.
Thank you, mister. Thank you, mister.
I'm like saying
Schmaticana,
nothing
yeah.
about him. He's my friend from the interwebs.
Interwebs.
Well, if he's listening, you know, he's a good guy.
Awesome guy. I saw him rescue a family one
You're
time.
like, I don't know. He saved a cat from a burning building one time. And this
The
other
heroics.
time...
I wonder how your mic's picking up your voice over there.
Hello.
You're like,
The heroics of this man.
we're talking like we know the guy. He's a good guy, man.
He's
go
a
to
good
prison or
guy.
something.
He really is.
Like child pornography or something.
That'd be fucked up,
Something
right?
like something we can't like
We
justify
can
or
never
anything
come
like
back from.
Well, he seemed like a good guy.
It's like I don't know. When I met him, he was real
My
nice.
radar,
He's a
my
real
radar
nice.
must be off because I thought he was great.
I mean, hell, he gave me $1 one time because I forgot my wallet. Seemed like a good guy.
He paid for my gas once.
Yeah, his mom and dad seem like nice folk. Shit. But look, you just like going up all these things. Well, I mean, shit. I guess
Everyone's
sometimes.
like, Ashtray
yeah.
Conversations defends
never know.
predator.
Oh shit. I mean, what you do in your own
Fence
time, man? That's your business.
That's your business.
Yeah, I
as an
disagree.
American.
I take a different stance. In fact, I'm leaving the podcast.
Where's Mallory being? Well, she doesn't agree with our stance. We didn't know the guy, but he seemed like a real nice guy. She's like, I don't want no part of this. Why, man? What he does in his own time is his own thing. Not my business. Shit. We all different. That's what makes America so great.
Makes it the greatest nation on the planet.
Defending a guy that did the most horrible thing. He killed his family. Well,
Jesus was guilty too. That's what they say. They said Jesus was guilty too, so that's all I'm saying.
I mean, shit. He's had a bad day. He murdered his whole family. Shit. Accidents happen.
We all have bad days. There are always bad apples. You gotta stop blaming everything all the time.
And they was like, man, they were like, look, man, he murdered his family. He wasn't having a bad day. Look, man, accidents happen. He was tired. He was in the right mindset.
It's crazy. Stuff like that.
People never understood him growing up.
And then people always
know.
and then people say that one line. But I'll tell you this, he made some good ass pie. I tell you.
He made a great pie. That's the thing no one ever talks about, It's like he murdered his whole family. It's like, but he did make a damn good pie, I'll tell you.
Hey, John, you like his pecan pie, right?
I do.
He was
Liked
real
his
good.
pecan
I do.
pie, and he would put something special in it.
Oh my God.
It was like, yeah, but he murdered his family. Yeah, well, things happen. Like I said,
He was never understood
a
growing
perfect man.
up.
yeah, he wasn't a perfect man.
We all make mistakes.
You're like, murder's not a mistake. How do you know that? You weren't there.
None of us were there in that room because everyone except
They
him
must have been in action.
was dead.
Yeah, he thought
He
he
killed
thought they
3
were
people.
He thought they were break-ins, so he started slicing.
I'm sure it was some sort of misunderstanding, and no one ever gets that.
He's like-
They were talking about evidence and
Everybody else wants to point the finger.
photographs, and he confessed to it, but no one talks about his
See,
childhood.
that's the thing. Everybody want to point these fingers.
No one just point fingers at wherever the evidence points it, and then
They don't want to look at facts.
they don't want to
and
look at the facts.
and take time to know the guy.
If you just took time to eat that pie, nobody wants to take the time to eat a slice. That is a special
We'd
recipe.
be horrible lawyers. Look, man, I get it. He committed murder, but how do you know he
get it.
did it on purpose, man?
How
It
do
was
you
on
know?
accident.
He shouldn't go to prison for life for one mistake. Hell,
I'm just saying, if you make that good of a pie, can you really kill?
I mean, hell, my neighbor beats his wife on a daily basis. He's still around, so I mean,
I'm just saying, if you're baking that much pie, when do you have the time?
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
When you have
The
the
facts
time.
are right in front of our face.
All right, who took my 1 a day vitamins? Look, I had 72. There's like 71 now. Who took one? Mallory? John?
Did you count them?
What was it, me?
I counted them single-handedly.
You counted your 1 a day vitamins.
Every afternoon, I count them after my morning. What is that called? Regimen? I don't fucking know.
Routine? What are
Routine.
you trying
Yeah.
to say?
My morning
God,
routine.
What?
Sorry, my English is broken. My morning routine. I count them after I take it in the morning, so I know how many I have. And there's
Okay.
71, and I had 72 this morning. After I took them.
Well, I'm sorry. Maybe you tracked it wrong. Maybe
John?
a little spreadsheet about your pills.
Did you take my pill?
I didn't take your pill.
Mallory seems not to take them either.
Well, I mean, it says women's.
Oh, shit.
Once a day women's.
My bad. I'm sorry. Mistake. These are women's. These were mine. I'm sorry.
Dad, what the hell?
Sorry, dudes. Oops. Ever since John come over, he started, his way of thinking. You've been a little different ever since you've been hanging around John.
John. Since I've been hanging around John.
Yeah. He's like, what's John got to do this? I ain't saying nothing. I'm just saying, ever since you've been hanging around John, you've been acting different.
I'm sorry, John. Yeah. Sorry, I guess I won't hang out with John anymore. He's going to the military.
You know how he is, right, John?
Yeah.
He's
right, John. Right?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think John might be racist. Oh, Dad, don't say that. You don't know John.
You don't know him like I do.
Yeah.
Nobody does. That's why everyone calls him racist and asshole and all this other shit.
They go to his Facebook post. You see this? I think John is racist.
Oh, that reminds me of something.
What?
In my high school, one of the PE teachers, he put on, it was like during a Black History Month, and he uploaded something on Facebook.
Oh, shit.
And it's called, and he captioned it as like, yeah, I wore blackface and I'm not afraid to admit it. And he had like,
shit.
He was duck hunting.
That's fucked up.
He was duck hunting. And that's what the picture was of him, like holding a duck up and then having like black paint on his face.
Oh, shit.
And that was the caption. I put on blackface, but I was not ashamed to admit it. He got fired from that day.
Probably, yeah.
And
yeah,
I remember one of the teachers, she was a counselor for the special ed students, and she got pissed. He wanted to fight him, and she made like a scene, so she got fired too. Yeah, it was a crazy thing.
That is wild.
People are stupid. You know what I hate too? Is when people's like, well, where's White History Month? I'm like, okay, dudes.
White History Month?
Like, okay, that's the most racist thing a person can say. Or like when they say, where's Straight Month?
Where's Straight Pride? I'm doing Straight Pride this year because no one ever thinks about the straights. No one ever thinks about life being a straight.
I'm like, these holidays are for people who's went through shit, all right? Not for people who's straight people, which I'm a straight guy. All right, I don't have to deal with none of this other shit that people who choose different lifestyles have to go through. That's what these months are for, is to celebrate their overcomings and shit. Why would like, well, there's like, shut the fuck up, goddamn shit.
God damn.
Go to your goddamn
the phobes. They be. It's the phobes.
The foes.
The foes.
So there's this funny documentary called FUBAR. Canadian, and it was there's a segment where they're driving. He goes, man, they're Canadian. I can't do the accent, but he's like, man, some of the best burgers I've ever had has come from bowling alleys. He's like, man, those bowling alleys. He's like, just because they, I can't say this. He's like, just because they work at a bowling alley, don't mean they don't have a little pride in their burgers. He's like, those are some of the best burgers I've ever had. I'll have to show the clip to you. I was cracking up, dude. I fucking love.
Never gotten food at a bowling alley.
I used to eat at a bowling alley all the time. They got some good food.
They got good stuff there.
It's a little greasy, but it's good.
I would say that the fucking best burger I ever had was at a bowling alley. Because they surprise you there. Some of them alleys hire some of the best cooks. Yeah. But they ain't a restaurant, but that doesn't mean that the cooking gonna put some fucking pride in their burgers.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of the same as like movie theater food.
Yeah, it's like, it is what it is.
I would say it's like bar food. If you ever had food at a bar, it's like that.
Bar food.
You got your hamburgers, you got your fries, you got your grilled chicken sandwich,
your steak,
you got your onion rings, you got your ranch, you got your ketchup, you got your hot dog.
Yeah, hot dog. John, you got your hot dog.
John over there, he loves him hot dogs.
John
He sure does.
just loves him a hot dog. It's a pie.
Every segment we have a different voice. Sorry, John.
Sorry,
Yeah,
backpack
he's going to the
John.
military, so we figured to have him on one time for good time's sake.
One more time with
Yeah.
John.
John. Fucking John. I could see someone getting pissed because John going to marry. Oh, John, I had to go join the military.
John.
Something about
Can't even
American
save my
freedom.
phone and
He's like, man, just let me join. I don't want no hassle. Fucking John.
I'm just doing it for the money. I'm just doing it for the money.
He's doing it for the money. When you get some money, man, you can throw some my way. You know, I wouldn't argue.
Get some equipment.
Oh yeah, dude, that'd be cool. Yeah, I just want a studio where I can set my this shit up for the podcast and just sit down and start recording on it to like carry it
Honestly,
around.
that would
and
be
set
nice
up.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, studio.
like a
That'd
PC,
be so cool. Just
Have
sit
like
down
a
and
green screen in the
Oh
background.
no, dude! The best thing to have too is the lights that are mounted on like these poles and shit above you,
yeah.
like what we had at school. So all you had to do is turn on the switch and they're good.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I mean, shit, that's the dream, man. That's the dream.
Yeah,
As
that's
they
the
say.
dream right there.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
is the dream.
Can you imagine just fucking sitting down somewhere, set up already, ready to go?
Just ready to
Damn.
go.
Yeah, yeah.
My God, that would be
I'm gonna
nice.
definitely have
Own a farm.
on a farm, dude. Be bad, dude.
Have some horses.
That'd be so cool, dude. Have a podcast studio on a farm. It's like this
Yeah.
barn. Like, where's the studio at? Look, it's like inside of a barn. It'd be sick. It's a good idea, John.
Horses running in
It's
the
gonna smell like
back.
horse shit in there.
Yeah. Sorry, it's a lot of space, but we also share it with the horses. God damn, John, what the fuck is this?
Pull the chair back and like be like,
Yeah, that'd be cool. I do
landing
want
and shit.
a pole barn.
A what?
Pole barn.
A pole bar.
Pole barn.
Oh, barn.
But I wouldn't mind
Bar?
having like a classic red
Bar.
barn too.
I heard like a bar, like a stripper bar or something.
A stripper pole?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I heard. Pole bar.
Going down to do some dancing on the side, earn a little extra
Yeah,
cash.
I do a little dancing.
Goddamn gas isn't gonna pay for itself.
It's going
These
up.
bills ain't gonna
I
pay
had to
for
get
them
me
shit.
a third
Shut up.
job.
Like, a third job, pole dancing.
I worked 9 jobs. I used to work with a guy that worked 4 jobs.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he worked overnight with me at Target, and when he got off, he went somewhere. He worked there part time. He went somewhere else from part time, and then he went to his third job part time. So he was such.
Why?
Well, God
'Cause he had a
damn,
family.
that's
He
a
just
lot of
worked.
jobs.
It was like 3 or 4 jobs. It was a lot.
It's just I know, but it's just like a lot of part time.
Why? John's like, why?
Yeah.
Why
understand,
would
like,
someone
two-
do that?
What was that?
You got
There
2
was-
part time jobs. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, like there was that one preacher guy that used to say it all the time. He'd be like, why?
Why?
Was it Jerry Caldwell?
Why, God, why?
I think it was Jerry Caldwell, right? Where he'd be like, why?
I don't
Why?
Like Joel Osteen?
I think it was Jerry Caldwell. I could be wrong. He was like this. That.
Why?
Remember Jerry Caldwell?
No.
No.
He was kind of like that one guy. What was that famous TV preacher? He was old. Pat Summerall? No, not Pat Summerall. This other guy. I can't remember his name, but he was really. Anyway.
Not sure. I only know the Mormon prophet.
Oh, that's right. You wouldn't know these non-Mormons anyway.
I don't know. I wasn't
Sorry.
allowed to listen to them.
They were Christians, but growing up, fuck, dude.
Mr. Rogers?
No, Mr. Rogers was wild, dude. That show, taking off his, put on his little shoes and a little sweater.
His little shoes and his little sweater.
Those things were creepy, especially the postman person, that girl or guy, who the fuck it was. But yeah, anyway,
Postman.
that's the thing. We start out with a topic every single time we say this, but it's like we start out with one topic and then we just ramble. And
Did we have a topic?
we spoke to John about the military.
Oh, right.
After that, we didn't have a topic.
This song.
What are you singing over there?
Just
The
breaking
Postman
out.
song.
Breaking out into song
Postman,
over there?
the I Love You song, something like that.
What was that famous video where that kid was doing that postman thing with that kid and the little guy's like, dude, Callie, I'm sure
Yeah.
Callie's
Kid
played here
thing.
the whole time.
She's just like, is she alive? Is what I'm worried.
No, I feel her. Yeah, she's breathing. I feel her chest.
Good
She usually gets up and
Postman.
she's saying it all the time.
She's just sleeping.
She- when we were talking, she's like doing a Postman song.
This song. Sing
Yeah.
a song.
Sing it, John.
You're gonna hear the
I
podcast. You're gonna hear her singing.
just know the beginning. I heard from this movie. It's called The Guest, and it's like this. I don't know. I never got it, but I think he's supposed to be like this kind of more realistic version of the Terminator. But he shows up at his buddy's family's house, and then it's like in this small town, and he pretty much like he starts like flipping around their lives essentially. He plays like a big influence in the family's lives, he starts messing around with the younger brother, the son, who's in high school. He gets him, like, instead of expelled from school by defending himself in a fight, he gets him suspended. You know, and I don't know, it's like he does like a bunch of things like that sort of just cause chaos kind of thing. You know, it kind of, and I think he gets shot in the movie and he just takes it like nothing. But in the movie, the way he acts is kind of like it's like a robot. It's like a Terminator, and I can never understand if that's
Callie's awake. How you
because
doing, Callie?
eventually in the movie, these mercenaries show up at the house of the family and they just shoot it up like.
What the fuck?
So I think it's like he's an experiment or something that got away, and the son was also an experiment.
Ooh.
And he was like a military dude, and the son was like a military dude. So that's who's his family, the guy he served with. So he goes back to his town, and it's a solid movie. But I remember this song, the Postman song, it plays in the background when he's committing like when he's like shooting up places, because he goes like on a killing spree, and then he starts by throwing grenades in a diner, and the diner's playing the Postman song.
Oh shit! I always like scenes like that too, where it's like something bad's happening, but it's like a really happy song.
Yeah.
Romantic song.
Like in that movie Reservoir Dogs, with that one song playing when he's chopping off the dude's ear.
Oh yeah. What's it called? Stuck in the Middle with You.
Yeah.
Stuck in the middle with you.
So you've seen Reservoir Dogs, then?
Yeah. I've seen
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs is a great movie.
Good movie, yeah.
I don't tip. What do you mean don't tip? Yeah, I was doing their job.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi's like.
You know what?
A lot of things.
You know what I like about Steve Buscemi too, is a lot of people were like, "How come you never fix your teeth?" He's like, "Cause that's who I am. I don't need a fucking, you know." It's like, this is me. You know, he was a firefighter. He did some stuff on 9/11.
Yeah.
Which is fucking nuts.
He did? I didn't know that.
I think he's part of he supports a union that's of firefighters that are trying to get compensation for cancer relief, because a lot of them got cancer or like cancer related illnesses due to their service from 9/11.
Yeah, he's a good guy, dude. I like his acting. He was really good in Ghost World too.
Ghost World. Oh, okay, yeah. Where he plays kind of like a lonely older guy, right?
Yeah, Ghost World's a great movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I like that one.
It's like
there's definitely like romantic tension, but I don't know, that felt kind of weird.
Yeah, because
I think that was
younger.
the purpose of it, though. Like
that was a young Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, young.
I never saw that one.
You should watch it.
Yeah, it's
you'll love it. It's really fun.
I don't think I was allowed to watch that.
It's definitely like I guess a feel good movie, because it's like it's indie.
Yeah,
it has a small cast and a small location.
I definitely like the part where that guy's at the bus all the time. It's like, I'm waiting on the bus, and like it's never gonna come, and it eventually comes at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I feel like there's a hidden message in there somewhere.
I think so.
I love a good hidden message.
I don't know, but I feel like there's a secret meaning or something. There has to be. Maybe. Perhaps.
I love like a small cast and a small or one or two locations.
Yeah. That's all you really need, really.
And
like
you see these...
The Wells like that. Brendan Fraser movie.
Oh yeah, there's some movies where they literally shoot at one house. That's it. Like they use the front yard, the backyard. Yeah.
Did y'all see Heretic?
No.
Heretic.
I want to. The one with what's that guy's name?
Hugh Grant.
Yeah. And the two girls, and they're like, "Oh yeah, let me go check on the pie," and it's a candle, and then like they know that something's fucked.
Yeah.
Isn't there a hidden message in there too? Right?
It's the ending is kind of like open to interpretation. I thought it was a little obvious, but other people interpreted it differently.
So you didn't want to go to the skate park, but what about after that?
I'm good. I'm busy all day.
Oh.
Ain't got time for your shit.
What are you doing?
Ain't none of your business, dog. Get the fuck away from me, dog.
But wait. I wanted to ask you one more question, though. Can I ask you one more question? What's your favorite movie?
That's a dumbass question. That's all you got?
Whoa.
Oof. My bad.
I feel like this coffee table's a lot closer than normal too, huh?
Yeah, probably because John moved it.
Yeah, you can push it back.
No, we're good, dude. We're fine. No need to move shit, John.
I always like meaning, like hidden meaning in shows, especially shows. I feel like shows always do it right, because shows are kind of like the equivalent to books, because there's way more content that you can explore in a TV show in comparison to like a movie or something.
You know what got me, man, was Lost, that show.
Lost. That's the where they're like they get stranded on an island.
Yeah, the first 3 seasons. are so good, and then it just gets.
Are they actually on an island, or was it
No,
just
it's
like
purgatory.
Yeah.
so they're all dead?
The ending, boo.
Yeah, you find out they were in purgatory the whole time. They actually all were all dead. But they built this like island and shit in purgatory, and there was like they were living there before they went through. And you didn't find out till the end because you start seeing things throughout the show. Like there's like this thing in the forest, and they find this bunker thing, and it's like, what the fuck? And once you find out,
There's
at the end,
so many cool things they could have done with it, and then they got two. I think didn't it get renewed for a bunch of more seasons?
I'm not sure.
And they
honestly.
had to go like.
Oh, they had to overextend
I
it
don't
like
know.
2 seasons.
Yeah.
That would make sense if you think
Damn,
about it.
yeah, that sucks.
That was like The Walking Dead because it was good, and then it just
I know.
dragged
Sometimes
on.
they just try and hold on too long, and it's like you need to end it. Breaking Bad had the best like closing
never
out
seen
of
that
the
show.
series.
Yeah, great series.
Never seen it.
You
Great
have
series.
to watch Breaking Bad. It's such a good.
It's real good, real
series.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
A lot of like meaning in that. You know, I think especially the second season where there's like this plane that crashes. I think it's the second season, but
I
there's
think
like
that
this
might
teddy
be the
bear.
third.
No, the third season.
I'm not sure.
But it's like it has that teddy bear that always shows up at the beginning, and like the meaning, I guess you can interpret of the teddy bear was supposed to be like Walter White's innocence.
Like him losing his innocence.
Yeah, his morality. It's the teddy bear is like the symbolic representation of that.
And the whole like monologue he gives to Skylar when he's like, you know, the whole like, I'm the one at the door.
I'm
so
the one who
fucking
knocks.
good.
I'm the one who knocks. I am the danger.
It's like the build up, and like you see his transformation, and like you see all of it so well done.
Some people are good writers, man.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like when a show's so good, like anytime they say any kind of quote, you're like, fuck, that means something. You know?
Yeah. I think
People got in it with Lost. They were like dissecting, like,
Lost,
this
yeah, I
on the
remember, yeah.
table was right here, and it was faced this way, and that means this. And
I think they did a great job with that though, because like they would do things that was supposed to be symbols for stuff, and you start thinking like, fuck, what is this thing in the forest? What does it mean?
was it anything or no? It's just like a
I don't
sometimes
remember.
it was, and then sometimes it
Yeah.
wasn't, and
like a red herring, or maybe it leads to something else.
Yeah, because it was like they found all this stuff. I think at one point they found a car, right, or something.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they kept finding things,
Yeah.
and like
Okay.
you would think it was one thing, and then that's why the ending sucks so bad, because it just was like, okay, it was
I
like
don't
a catch-all.
remember-
It's like when someone wakes up and it's like, oh, it was all a dream or something. So it's like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah. Like
cool.
my thing is like I can't remember. Was Lost? Were they? Okay, I know they were in purgatory, but was that island like a real place? They had just died when they crashed on that island, or was it like just? Yeah, it's been a long time. Because I used to watch Lost every single week.
Never
Yeah.
seen it.
It was really big when I was in high school. It started when I was in high school, but it went on forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ending was they were in purgatory, and you find out like, oh well, shit. But I thought they did a good job.
I
with
like
it.
that. That's kind of cool. Purgatory. There's
Yeah.
another show
I feel
that
like
does that
that's
idea
kind
of
of like-
purgatory.
Yeah,
You can do anything with that, because it's
Yeah.
like it could be anything.
you can go anywhere.
want.
Take a look. It's in a book, Every Rainbow. But
So in this show called Fargo, the third season, this show is like they do a lot of like symbolism, and then the third one they kind of tackles the whole idea of like stories, and the truth not being like a story is part of a universal truth, but of you know how like perspective of things can always shift and stuff like that.
yeah,
And in like the 8th episode of that season, they're getting chased by these contract killers, and they're almost close to death. They're bleeding out. They go in first. It's a bowling alley. The main protagonist, she meets up with this guy who's kind of like, he knows everything about her. He's kind of like Jesus. I looked this up because I was so confused, but I thought it was like super. I just thought it was really interesting because it's the whole basis of that character. He's supposed to be like the wandering Jew, like this mystical kind
yeah.
of guy who's like, and they're in purgatory, which is the bowling alley essentially.
Oh,
you know?
shit.
It's purgatory,
okay.
and he's like, you guys are gonna get like let through. You know, you guys can pass through because we can see you're on a better path. You know, you're hurting bad criminals. You know, so you're all on a good path. So y'all will go through. And then he's like, you need a car? You need a ride? You need some food? And he gives them everything. And he's like, this is the universe at its most ironic. And they get away. And then the killer that's chasing them arrives at the bowling alley, and then he talks to the wandering Jew, and the Jew kind of just talks to him, and he tells him his whole name. He knows like his original name, like his birth name, which surprises him. He looks off into the distance, and he looks at all the. It's like a shot of like a big field of people, and just like a bunch of like people just staring at him, and then you never see him again. Kind of something like that, you know, like the protagonists, they went through this bowling alley, which is supposed to be purgatory. Their sins are checked, and then they just go through. And then the main antagonist, he goes in, his sins are checked, and he can't go through because he's committed too much sin, so he's never seen again. And the whole third season plays a lot with the idea of like spirits attaching to old, creatures. And it says that some spirits can attach to new bodies, which is why like he sees a whole field of people, because it's not only him, but it's also his ancestors who have killed. So he was looking at the enemies of his ancestors before he died, that kind of thing.
Damn.
And that's what like the whole looking at the open field is that he's looking at all like the sins his family line has committed, and they catch up to him. And,
Oh, interesting.
that's what that's like one scene in the show where it's like they're in purgatory.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see how purgatory or the afterlife is depicted.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I liked about Heretic, is it kind of asks those philosophical questions about like life and the afterlife, but it doesn't really answer them. It just kind of poses the questions, kind of leaves it up to interpretation. Like I like when it's like vague enough where it's like people are going to have different interpretations of it.
Yeah.
But you don't exactly know which one the writers really intended.
Yeah.
You gotta guess. It's up to you to decide.
You gotta figure that shit out. I'm not giving you the answers.
Figure it out.
They provide like the context clues, but I think that's really like I don't know, I think that's their job, to provide the context clues and don't provide like a lot or too much, because then you're like,
leave it a little open to viewer
open to
interpretation.
That's always good.
That's like the show on Netflix. I think it's called Dark. It's a German show about time travel.
Okay.
So
cool.
these and it's weird because
Is it with a tunnel?
It's called Dark.
I think I've seen it, like the thumbnail of it.
They go into but there's like this cave.
Yeah.
And certain things that happen, you can go back in time. And people would go back in time to like I think like the 40s or something. But the show starts out in modern times, but then they flash back to the 80s, and people go. You have to really be paying attention. But a lot of people go back in time, so then they like meet their future selves. They don't know it's them. They just think it's some dude. You're right. And at one point, this dude was like making out with this girl and having sex, but it actually, because it was like, it went back in time, and it was he thought it was a regular girl, but to find out he goes to the future and realizes it was his aunt, so he was doing stuff with his aunt.
Oh fuck!
But it was like, it's a really good show because you have to pay attention. There's so many like this one guy, he meets his current self, but he doesn't realize that's him. Like that his older self is him. And he's like, "How do you know me so?" It's so weird, dude. It's called cool. Dark, and these people they travel time, and so they go and meet their future selves, and some people like try to change the events, and it fucks shit up. And
okay, yeah, I like time manipulation kind of thing.
Yeah,
those are really cool.
Yeah,
and sometimes like a bunch of birds will follow the sky, and we haven't finished it yet. We haven't watched it in a while, but it's so weird.
A German show. That's.
I think it's German. It's called Dark. It's called Dark.
Guten
Dark?
Tag, yeah.
Is that what it's called?
I think I know what you're talking about. It's a cave.
Yeah.
I've seen the cave.
And they go to the cave, and somehow they do this thing, and there's like a door, and they go through, and next thing you know, they're in a totally different time period, and they come out, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And this one kid went through. He time traveled, and he went back to the past, and all his current family and stuff was still teenagers. And so like he was like basically what do you call it when you don't have a family?
Orphan.
An orphan.
Yeah, he was like an orphan at that point because his current family were still younger. So he got adopted, and then it was strange. It was weird.
So they
show.
live their new lives in their new timeline.
Yeah. So he's like, so then his brother in current times goes back in time and sees his brother who's now an orphan because obviously back then his parents were still teenagers, but he can't be seen because it'll fuck up the time.
Oh, okay.
And then like he finally finds him, and so he finds out that his little brother is actually his dad. It's so weird.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I want to do a time travel one.
Yeah.
John, Earl, can you come in here, please?
What? What's up?
What's this? Where are my cookies?
It looks like a box of empty cookies.
Oh,
didn't eat your 450s. I didn't even know
We're
you had
standing
450s.
here. Oh, John didn't eat them, guys. Everybody.
Here's a scenario.
So if you didn't eat them and you didn't eat them, well, they disappeared.
Here's a scenario. Maybe you got drunk and ate them and don't remember because you're drunk. So maybe that's what happened.
Likely story. I think.
Very likely story.
Excuse me? John. Wow, John.
My name's Mallory.
John broke the backbone, everybody. Listen, you guys ate my cookies and I need them to be replaced, please.
Look, I'm gonna go to my room because this is stupid. We all know you're drunk and you got drunk last night.
Oh my God!
I'm going to my room.
This is on you. Family meeting's over.
Oh my God!
I want to do a time travel horror one. I told you with the Polaroid pictures, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that because we were like, they get the Polaroids and they like, how they have pictures of us if something's already happening, right?
Yeah.
And when it comes out, it's like a picture of something that has happened or that will happen.
I remember we were talking about that. We were talking about that. I remember
They go to like an Airbnb or whatever, and they find a photo album, and it's pictures of them. And they start realizing that as the night goes on, the pictures of things that are happening, and then it's like the pictures at the end, they're like murdered in them. And you have to figure out like how to not.
There's certain people that I would not tell that to because they would try to fucking overrun it with stupid ideas. Well, what if this? No. That would be weird though. You see a picture of, oh my God, I'm dead. Oh, you know why? Because we were talking about it. Because we were talking about that movie with Pete Davidson in House.
Oh, Bodies.
It's a great movie.
I love that one.
Dude, I thought at first it was a girl with the blonde dreads because she was acting really weird.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was a white girl. I'm like, okay, it's one of these two.
They did it so good. The ending was so good.
Just because they were acting, you know?
Yeah. I like that. That was a really good movie.
I loved it. I watched it on the plane driving to Australia. Mm-hmm. I had downloaded it and I watched it on my iPad. And there were certain movies I was watching, like at the beginning when they were making out, and I saw the guy next to me kind of look at my iPad. I'm like, get out of here.
What you looking at, bro?
Watching two girls kiss. God, it's a porno. Get over it.
It's like,
and my wife at one point looked over,
that.
You're
You're
like
watching a movie in public and like something comes on the screen. You're like, no.
It's like a sex scene or something.
Yeah, dude. So I was watching X, that movie X with Jennifer Ortega, and there's a part where there's titties, and my wife's like, "What the fuck are you watching?" I'm like, it's a horror movie. It's an actual movie. It's not a porno. I swear. But it's
like, what are you watching?
I'm watching porno.
He's like, I'm gonna stick around right here just to watch it with you.
Yeah. The guy was staring at. I saw the guy staring at my screen. He's like, huh. Anyway,
time manipulation. I feel like that's always like that'll be something difficult to write a story about.
Oh yeah, because you got to pay attention to detail.
Yeah, you got to get it right.
Yeah,
that's too much to think about. Okay, especially if you're doing it non-linear, where you're going back and forth in time, you got to remember like what you wrote and
what you wore and what.
Yeah,
and like I feel like filming that too, because obviously you wouldn't film it like how you see it on screen,
right?
But you got to remember, like, okay, I gotta act like I don't know this guy now, but in the previous scene I did know him. Wait, do I know him again? Do I not? Like, you know, like that's what's his face? The guy that does Pulp Fiction. He does a lot of non-linear editing.
Oh,
it's like goes back and forth. Tarantino. I love Tarantino.
Yeah, his movies are good,
especially Pulp Fiction. What Ain't No Country I ever heard of. Like my favorite line from that whole movie is where his roommate, the guy's roommate, said something. He goes, and Samuel Jackson's like, I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Oh yeah,
I love Pulp Fiction, man.
It's like, where's the money?
Pulp Fiction, Mallory?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, people's like, who's that? What's that movie? You need to watch it. Just like everybody needs to watch Scarface too.
Oh
yeah, I have not seen Scarface.
Dude, okay, so there's this scene where he goes to this apartment to do a deal.
Oh, man.
You know that scene?
Yeah.
With the chainsaw?
The chainsaw scene. Yeah.
Why's my phone going off? I don't know that number, matter of fact. But anyway, and so like this whole scene is like there's a lot of tension, and you know something's gonna happen. I'm not gonna tell you what happens because you haven't seen it, but it eventually happens. But it's way worse than you think. But the whole time it's just like quiet, and all you hear is like the TV and like the fan. It's like, oh shit, they do a good job. So then he's like, hey man, can my brother come up here and just make sure everything goes good? He's like, yeah. And then shit goes crazy.
Oh shit.
I mean, you'll watch it one day, so I don't want to tell you what happens.
Yeah, it's
Unless you want to get it spoiled.
Nah, I don't think you should.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, it's good. But that scene, the hotel scene, is good as fuck. It's a pretty famous scene in that movie. I mean, the movie itself is famous as fuck, but back in the day, dude, all the people like, man, you gotta have this in your collection, man.
You gotta have a poster of it.
Scarface. It's a good movie.
You
It's
can
so
see
good.
a poster of it everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
I had the
like
movie.
Pulp Fiction. Yeah, there's a poster of it everywhere.
I feel like Scarface and Pulp Fiction are two movies that you need to see.
Yeah, definitely Pulp Fiction.
Scarface, to me, it seems like a long ass movie. I don't think it is, but it seems long as fuck.
I think it's like 2 hours plus and some
Yeah, it
change.
seems long. It's good though. I mean, it goes by fast because it's so good, but
Yeah,
it's a
definitely
great
like
movie. That the whole say
rags
hello
to
to my little
riches,
friend, huh?
rags to riches story.
Yeah.
Scarface. He's just like a Cuban immigrant and turns into like a drug lord.
But basically, that Power Man got the best of him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Say hello to
Show
my
him
little
back.
friend.
I like Quaalude. She'll love me in the morning.
Yeah, it's okay.
You need people like me.
Yeah, it's a good movie, dude.
People will point her finger and say he's the bad guy.
Like that version of Al Capone, or not Al Capone,
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Yeah.
I thought that's who he was. I didn't know he was playing it apart. I thought he was this Cuban guy or whatever.
Honestly, yeah.
He does so good of a job. Like if that was me, I would talk like that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Okay.
Hey man, I'm sorry I'm running late. It's okay. I can't do the voice too well. That's the one voice I haven't been able to try
I
yet.
never wait 15 minutes late for anybody in my whole life.
Yeah. That's how I mean. I give people 15 minutes, and after the 15 minutes, they're running late. It's a problem.
You ever seen The Irishman?
No.
Another Al Pacino movie. He plays Jimmy Hoffa, and then he's like,
Oh, that's where the
I
name
never
comes
wait
from.
15 minutes for anybody who was late. Like, that's impossible. You gotta take into account traffic. It's like I am taking traffic into account.
I am taking that into account. No, I agree. 15. That's how I have a 15-minute window. After 15 minutes, I start getting annoyed.
Yeah.
Like if you know traffic is gonna be bad, leave early. And like certain people, I feel like they're not. Time doesn't matter to them, and time is so important. Like don't say, "Oh, I forgot," or "Oops, I did."
Oops.
I get so irritated. That's the one thing that will bug the shit. I mean, now if like certain things like podcasts or whatever, those kind of days or whatever. But like if it's a film, like if we're filming something,
gig, yeah.
then it's different. A podcast is more relaxed. You can do it whenever. But like actual film, your time is very important for that.
Yeah, and that too. You got cast. You got the cast to worry about.
Yeah.
Like doing like filming a gig. You got more other people to.
Especially if you're renting a place, because you literally only have so many hours that you can use that place.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're showing up an hour or so late, come on, Callie. Callie. But yeah,
Oh, come on.
she dropped the water bottle.
Like,
She had to use the restroom, right, Callie? Had to use the restroom.
Aw, look at her. Ding, 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 doggy.
But yeah, so we talked about a lot of stuff today, a lot of nonsense, but some serious stuff and some actual
serious
things.
stuff.
I don't know if I could ever do a full serious episode, man.
Let's talk about the Yemen Houthi crisis.
The fuck is that?
It's a civil war in Yemen.
I had no idea what it is. Let's talk about the civil rights.
There's
The civil rights.
The civil rights.
What is that? I don't know. Sounds good to me. Sounds like a word.
Sounds like a word. Sounds good.
Start
to me.
making shit up, man. Let's talk about interpretation rights. What?
Interpretation rights. Your right to your own interpretation.
Your right to bear arms. I think, speaking of right to bear arms, I think sometimes people use that too extreme. I have freedoms of the right to bear arms. Okay, you can't go carry around a loaded fucking gun into a store and expect people not to freak out. This isn't the Wild West anymore. You don't need to walk into the store with a pistol.
Wild West. You don't need a gun.
See, people don't understand. It's not the 1800s, early 1900s anymore. You know what I'm saying? I have a right to bear arms. Well, of course, in the Western days you did, because there was no law. It was fucking nuts. But like, you don't need.
Different now. Yeah.
Do you need to carry a pistol when you go into Walmart? I need to protect my family. Okay, I get it.
I think you're just a pussy if you go into
Like, I get it,
a
dude.
pistol at Walmart.
Like, I get it. You want to have protection, but like sometimes people take it to the extreme.
No, I know what you mean.
Like, you're just going to the McDonald's, like, well, you don't know anything could happen.
You don't know.
Well, I guess if you're going late night, you know, you're going in the middle of the night, take your piece with you, yeah.
Take your piece, man. I just wanted some chicken nuggets. I need no attitude. Yeah. But see, also people that can open carry, they open carry, and it's a reason to argue. Like, what the fuck you said to me? Where's my fucking nuggets? Like, yo, relax. That's like that lady that shot somebody in the McDonald's because she didn't get her cookie.
God,
so she pulled out her gun. I don't remember if she
on a
shot,
diet because that shit'll do that to you.
Like, I don't remember if she pulled it on somebody, but she pulled it out because they didn't give her a cookie. I don't think she shot them, but I think she like was threatening them with it.
Did she get arrested?
Jeez.
Yeah.
What she get arrested for?
I don't know. Like, I don't remember too much about the thing, but I remember it happening.
That's insane. That's just terrible gun control. Terrible gun ownership.
I'm just like...
It's just bad. Having one for the wrong reasons. Using it for the wrong reasons.
Most people get hurt by people someone that they like know. They have a relationship with.
I mean, obviously, like I said, there are people who just shoot people for no reason who are crazy. But
most of the time, it's someone you know that's going to hurt you.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, sometimes people just shoot their families for no reason.
Yeah,
and that sucks because you don't know you're asleep. You know, this guy pop out.
Damn.
Or what if it's like your neighbor's dog told you to do it?
I mean, yeah, someone's like, well, the dog
like
told
the
me
son
to
of Sam.
But like, I don't. Okay, how do I say this? Like, I understand when some people snap. You know, I don't agree with it, but I understand. You know what I mean? Like, if someone's just getting. Like, just like the famous Marvin Heemeyer story with the bulldozer, some people just snap and had enough of shit, and they just snap, man.
Did he kill himself or did he kill somebody?
So basically, it took place in this place called Granby, Colorado, and this guy was just fed up with the laws and shit of where he lived, and they were trying to take his land apparently and all this shit.
Oh hell no!
So he took a bulldozer and he bulldozed some buildings downtown, and he as one of the parts where he was driving through, his bulldozer got stuck and it was like halfway, it like fell kind of. So it was like a little bit in the basement and a little bit on the ground. What a way to
protest! Yeah.
And so he couldn't move, and like he had made his bulldozer into a tank. So it took him hours to get through the welding to get in there, but he shot himself. And like a lot of people, that guy's a hero. He just had enough of the government and the laws and shit. They were, and he just.
Enough was enough.
Like,
and like I can understand, dude. Sometimes people are just angry and they snap, man. Yeah. I don't agree with their actions as far as like doing destruction and shit, but I understand.
You understand their sentiment, like where
just
they're
like,
coming from.
I don't agree with suicide, but I understand it.
Yeah.
Sometimes people literally don't have nowhere to go, and they don't. You know what I'm saying?
They don't got nobody. Yeah.
They're in a dark place. Like, I live by myself. I don't have family. I have nothing going on in my life. There's no hope.
Yeah.
I understand, man. I don't agree with it, but I understand. I don't think they're weak or anything. Like, even people kill themselves, like, all those guys were weak.
Oh yeah, it's
I don't
bullshit.
know, man. Suicides. I don't
or
think,
like selfish. I don't like when people call it selfish.
I don't think it's selfish, man. Like, I understand why people kill themselves. Sometimes people just don't have hope. They don't believe that they have anything for them.
Yeah, I mean, I have my own history with that kind of stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's hard.
So, it is. I know one time I wanted to die a long time ago.
Yeah.
When I was single, I was like, dude, I got nothing going on in my life. I just party and drink all the time. I have no fun.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have any real friends. I only hang out with these people when I drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got nothing going for me. What's the point of living? But then I got through it, and here I am drinking a Monster, talking to you fuckers. No, I was kidding.
Happy ending. It was a good ending.
And look at us, and now John's leaving us, leaving us in the dust.
Then I met my wife, and I'm like, well, I guess I kind of want to live now.
Nice.
I actually did go to therapy for a long time for stupid thoughts I had. Well, they weren't stupid thoughts. They just had all kinds of thoughts.
They're like natural thoughts.
Yeah.
They're natural. The thing is, I think it's really hard to talk about suicide. People get really uncomfy about it.
Yeah.
But it's important to, like, talk about it. It's important to be able to have a conversation about it. So I think, like, a lot of people can relate to feeling that way, unfortunately.
Yeah, my therapy wasn't about suicide, but it was about a lot of other stuff. Like, I struggle with self-worth. That's a big one for me.
Yeah, I struggle with confidence, especially with, like, work.
Like, I feel like what I do doesn't matter. Like, am I supposed to be doing this? Like, I kind of suck at it. Like, I don't feel like I'm doing anything right.
Yeah, that's how I get real, and then like any mistake is like, oh my god, I'm awful.
I worry a lot, like, oh man, like we were recording a podcast and I forgot to level it out, and John's mic sounds blown. He's gonna fucking think this was terrible. Why'd I come here? He's gonna be like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing with sound. Even though, like, if you listen to all the podcasts we've done, they sound fine. Yeah,
it's just kind of that hyper
inner
criticism of yourself.
Yeah, like I always feel like there's that thing too. I forgot what it's called. Something complex.
Savior complex?
No, it's where like
imposter syndrome.
It's called something where like you're good at something, but you feel like you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, imposter syndrome.
So yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You feel like an imposter. You feel like people are gonna like find out at any moment that you're not actually good enough to be there.
Even though your work proves or shows it, like, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing, but you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Pretty soon people's gonna like stop believing in me, like they're gonna know I'm a fake, like I don't know what I'm doing.
That's how it felt for me after law school. I felt like I didn't feel confident enough to be a lawyer, and I was freaked out.
Yeah, like that's how I felt for a while too. I was like, man, I'm going to school to learn this shit, but like, am I really gonna like be able to do this? Like, clearly I know what I'm doing a little bit now.
And it's like, what is this going to turn into? What if I don't do anything with it?
Yeah, what if I suck?
What if I suck forever? Like,
I can't do it.
Callie, who's she about?
Callie.
That's Callie in the background that you hear.
Well, on that note, should we kind of wrap it up?
Because Callie's barking? If you want, yeah.
Well, no, it's been like an hour and almost 2 hours.
How long has it been? I can't
Almost
see.
2 hours.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. This will probably be a two-parter.
We're going to have to do 2 parts.
Yeah, we'll have to record some breaks and stuff, but... yeah, so it'll probably be another two-parter. I was like, okay, I could probably edit the podcast first and then get to the Little Joker documentary. Because the podcast doesn't take too long to edit, really, because it's just dialogue, or not dialogue, it's just people talking, but I don't know. Anyway, this will probably be a two-parter. Part 1, part 2.
Part 1, part 2.
Okay.
We got a couple of those lately.
Yeah, that last one, that was a two-parter, because we talked for like an hour and 40 minutes, so I broke it up into like 45 minutes a piece or something.
Yeah.
Nice. Very
like,
nice.
I don't know, sometimes I don't want to edit stuff out because it's too funny, so I'm just going to make 2 parts.
Who knows?
Because like you never know when you sit down with someone how long you're going to talk for.
Yeah. You don't know exactly how it's going to go.
That's why you do 2 parts. That way they can listen to one part. They don't have to listen for 2 straight hours. Because with the ad breaks and commercials, it gets kind of long. Oh, I was at my internship. I was explaining like, oh yeah, we do a podcast, and that's how I apply my audio, and that's how I practice my skills. And we do commercials. Like, what kind of commercials? I was like, I didn't know how to explain. I was like, well, they're little ad breaks of like 30 seconds or whatever, just random shit.
Yeah, make a compilation of them, then put it on YouTube.
We
Like
should do that,
ads,
actually.
The ads themselves.
Do
Well, they
just
say
the
that-
Get a lot of
skits.
views. Yeah.
Someone told me to do a TikTok with
A lot
our
of stuff,
podcast
yeah.
and put up random clips of the TikTok, and that would help. And I know it would because
Oh,
TikTok's
yeah.
really popular now.
It was. Sometimes I do little clips,
YouTube.
but I
Yeah.
haven't done the skits. I
YouTube
need to do
shorts.
just the
Yeah.
little skits.
Take certain like clips from the podcast and then make it into a reel or a short.
That's what people say
Yeah.
to help, and I was like, oh, I swear I should. I
There's
should
a lot of
probably make
people
a
on
TikTok
those,
for this account.
We should, actually.
Even on YouTube now, they're on the shorts instead of videos.
People say that shorts help grow your channel.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I think I don't know, man.
We need to film on our phones, though, because it needs to be vertical.
Yeah. Well, you can always trim the image and crop it a certain way.
Crop and trim it.
Or you do it vertical. There's also, I don't know if my camera does it, but there are some cameras where you can set that up before you film.
Oh, really?
Like it'll
film vertical?
Yeah, so you can kind of see what's going to be in your frame.
Okay.
Nice.
But yeah, I hate too, like when people do video, they do it up and down for a non-TikTok video or non.
Yeah, it's
and
supposed to be wide.
It's a normal video, and they're filming like this. I'm like, it irks the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? It shouldn't irk me, but a lot of things irk me. I'm like, dude, it's a video. It's supposed to be long ways. But I do miss the 4:3 recording format. That was great. It's like my favorite.
I think babies being loud, they grind my gears.
Yeah. Oh, they
Just
do
like
too.
loud babies. Like,
Yeah.
And the baby's like, "Meh, meh." I'm like, "Man, shut the fuck up."
It's like make sure no one's looking and just.
Tell their parents, can you tell your kid to stop crying? They're like 6 months old. Why are you crying? Why you cry? Why you cry? Porque? Why? But that's what my friend would always say in Dallas. He goes, Porque? Why?
Why do you cry?
Why you cry?
Like, you just said why twice. I was watching this random thing. I was watching this video yesterday, and she was speaking. She was showing like how to speak, like how to say Mexican phrases and certain things to say. I was like, I know some Mexican Spanish, and that is not what I've never heard anybody say that in my life. It was weird. I was confused.
Why?
I forgot what she said, but she said some phrase. Like, maybe I've said it wrong, but I've always known the phrase "no mama's way." Like when you're saying, "Oh, you kidding, man?" or "What the fuck?" But she said it. You said it like that, right? Oh, you know of it? Like maybe I'm saying it wrong, but she said it like with N. She's like, "No man." She said it differently.
No
I'm
manches?
like, something like that. Yeah.
No manches? That means like it's basically like the same thing. Like
But
no mames is like no fucking way.
Yeah,
no
but,
manches
okay, so,
is no freaking way.
So I did. So is no mama's way? That's still a phrase too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, have I been saying this wrong?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sound dumb fucking person. but
Manches is just like
That's
the
the way
clean
she
version.
said it.
The clean version.
Callie. What you doing, Callie?
So yeah, we're recording an outro this way because the memory card ran out of memory, and it was my fault. And now we don't have a proper outro, so we're recording
That
this.
was your fault.
The fuck?
He didn't have enough memory card, so now we have to film this whole outro. Thanks a lot, Earl. So here we are, saying goodbye. Hey!
Saying goodbye.
Thanks for watching episode 14. We'll be back next week or 2 weeks from now or whenever with episode 15. Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
And once again, blah.
97.9 The Cat, the motherfucking #1 radio station.
Wow.